Hey, Bill here with 30 Minute Woodshop. Thanks for joining. Today I want to show you how to make this super easy fishing rod rack that you can stick right to your side of your fender, and you don't have to worry anymore about your fishing rods sliding off, paint getting scratched, and that kind of thing. So come on in, let's talk about materials. Like always, you can get a dimension sketch at my website, 30minutewoodshop.com. Okay, you can go pull that down and make one of these yourself. Materials for this are pretty straightforward. All right, I'm using scrap, so I love using scrap. My pieces actually are Western red cedar, which is what I recommend for a couple of reasons. One is it's nice and light. You don't want anything too heavy because we're going to use magnets to hold this thing on. Okay, now you need a piece for the rest itself. You need something that's about 2.25 inches wide by about 6 inches long. You need something, all right, as a support. Now, the support generally is going to be about 2 inches tall, about 1 inch wide, and about 3/4 inch thick. So very easy to do. Now, I happen to have these pieces of scrap here, which are already set up for it. So I'm going to give this a try instead. Now, I'm going to use power tools, cut this time in. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to size this piece, and then I'm going to size this. I'm going to drill a couple holes in the back for magnets. I'm going to call it good. All right, let's go over to the saw. So I have the piece milled out to a 2 inch by 3/4 inch, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut two 1 inch pieces off of this. Now I'm going to drill the depressions for the magnets. Now I'm using 8mm by 2mm rare earth magnets, which should be more than enough to hold this up to the fender of my vehicle. So let's get these drilled. And a little bit of sanding just to break the corners. To get the magnets pushed in flush, I'm just going to use a clamp to clamp down, and that'll just flush them up with the tops. And then I'll throw some glue on top of them. We're ready to drop some holes in, and all I've done here is mark a series of holes at 1 inch by 3/4 inch, and I'm going to drop it in about a half inch hole. You can put any hole size you want, as long as it fits your rod. Next thing I want to do is I want to do some cutting here. I just want to cut these slots out so I can drop the rods in. Let's go over to the bandsaw. All right, just going to go ahead and chop out these center pieces here. Now we'll go do a little bit of sanding. Okay, we got all this sanded up. All the corners are kind of eased a little bit. Let's do a quick check. And there we go. Do a little more glue up and then we'll put some finish on this. Glue up is super easy. All I'm using is this M300M mercury adhesives medium. We'll just put a little bit of that on here. Do a little wipe up for some overflow here. Let it sit for a minute or two and we're ready to start doing some finishing. We're going to throw a coat of boiled linseed oil on this. It's not meant to be an outside project. It's going to be out of the car, do some assembly of fishing rods, get moving, put it back in the car, same on the back side, or tear it down. So it's not going to be out really doing anything. So all we're going to do is throw on some boiled linseed oil on this thing. And then we're going to call it good. So I'll be back as I finish this up. We're down to the finishing touches. All I'm going to do here is cut some of this blue felt out. That'll tape or glue to the back, and that just prevents it from scratching the finish on my vehicle. Let me finish cutting this, and I'll be right back. With my pieces cut, I'm just going to wipe on some of this medium CA glue. Well, this is a really super easy project, I have to say, as well as being fast and fun. Like I said, you can do this all with hand tools. I use some other tools, but hey, I don't have to worry about my fishing poles sliding across my fender anymore, scratching the paint, falling on the ground. Love this little project. So, I'll say this, if you got something out of this, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe, and until next time, folks, good making.